Welcome back to Death Curse Society and yet another story around the campfire.
I don't want to scare anyone, but I'm going to give it to you straight about Jason.
Hey, come back!
This time on Stories Around the Campfire, there's a little bit of news brewing about Texas Chainsaw Massacre, a sequel to the original film alone, not tying any of the other films together, from Fede Alvarez, producer. And we've got some casting news we're going to talk about. Sally Hardesty returns in this. Now, granted, not played by Marilyn Burns, but now going to be played by Olwen Fouere. I hope I said her name right. Colonel, you're a huge fan of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original, I think.
So here we are with another Texas Chainsaw sequel. Fingers crossed it's good, gentlemen. Fingers crossed. So we know the Texas Chainsaw franchise has not been treated well as far as sequels go. Looks like we had another direct sequel to the first one, which we had with Texas Chainsaw 3D. It was supposed to take place in like the 90s, but then you get like a smartphone studio decision. Ruin that fucking movie forever for me. We're getting Sally back in some way, shape, or form. That has me pretty excited. Granted, obviously, it's not the original actress. Rest in peace. You got old man Leatherface. Not the original actor. Connor Hansen. Rest in peace. Oh, shit. Toby Hooper can't put his input in it. Rest in peace. This is how old of a movie we're talking about for a direct sequel, man. So that's why I'm a little iffy, but I'm really hoping they pull it off. I know we'll get into the casting here in a little bit, but I'm just going to slap myself on the wrist for not being as caught up in the pop culture world as I probably should be. To me, I'm going to, hey, hell yeah, this is a bunch of unknowns for this guy. So I have no expectations on their acting skills. Alvarez did a great job with his reboot of Evil Dead. With his hands in this one, I at least think it has a fighting chance. It has a puncher's chance of being really good. That's just all I'm hoping for at this point. That's all I can say, because everything else is just...
Yeah. Well, and Colonel brought up Old Man Leatherface is going to be played by Mark Burnham. I believe he's acted in Snowfall before. Ziggy, I know nothing about these people. Doesn't sound like Colonel knows anything about these people. Do you?
You guys are lame, man. Clearly, these guys are... No, I don't know shit about any of them. None. But here's the thing. We've kind of been groomed into this world now where our senior citizen serial killers are acceptable and applicable now. They actually work. You know, Michael Myers is there. We know Jason's up there now. Texas Chainsaw Massacre has been churning out sequels. This isn't the first time they've rebooted it. You know, Colonel stole all the thunder on it already, but it's fine. This one, same thing. Fede Alvarez did a commendable job with the Evil Dead. If given the freedom he had on that, which I doubt he will have, this could actually deliver as well. I'm not excited about it because I've been let down. There's just very few things that you can really grasp onto from the other Texas Chainsaw sequels, outside of 2 for me, that are even worthy of remembering. So I appreciate that they're bringing back old characters and old storylines like that, but just do it right. It's hard. We were referencing Halloween 2018 so much, but now the more we watch it, we're kind of like, fuck, this isn't as cool as it really was when it first came out, you know? So it's right there, man. It's walking that blade. It's right on the edge. Could be cool. Could be a shithole. Another just one for the fire, as they would say in Night of the Living Dead.
Well, you brought up Halloween 2018 and how this one is kind of doing the same thing, just a direct sequel to the original movie, disregarding everything else, kind of an old man killer in Leatherface, because it's going to be almost 50 years after the events of the original. Now, my question is Sally Hardesty going to go the route that Laurie Strode went in Halloween 2018 with the PTSD? Is she going to be a fighter when she comes back? Is she going to be like the Sarah Connor, you know? Is that the route they're going with this? Or do you think something different, Ziggy?
Boy, I hope not. That would just be way too cliche and mix the formula a bit, man. You don't need to stick exactly to what other movies have done. She needs to be consulted just to relive her experience again. Someone is making a podcast or a book or something. Whoops. borrowed another formula. I do like the idea of revisiting and keeping it in the family, so to speak, with the original movie. I don't know how you present her in this new one. I really don't know. I'm going to leave it totally up to them and hope they impress me. I did really dig in Evil Dead, the drug addict angle they added to it, because it made her less credible when she started to freak out when the fucking demons showed up. Dazzle me like that somehow. I don't know how you'll do it, but I'm watching and I'm ready for it.
How about you, Colonel? You think that's might be the route they're going to take, or hoping for something completely different?
I'm hoping for something completely different because, as we all remember, Sally at the end of Texas Chainsaw Massacre lost her fucking mind. So you have PTSD out the ass for this woman, okay? I hope they don't go that Lori route. It worked for Halloween. I don't think it can work for Texas Chainsaw. It can't. Man, you're talking 70 plus for these characters now. Maybe she's consulted, not even for a podcast. Like these people are like, oh, we need help with who all of a sudden Sally survived. She's in this nursing fucking home somewhere, deep in the heart of fucking Texas.
The stars at night are big and bright. Deep in the heart of Texas.
Something. I just don't want a Laurie Strode ripoff. I really don't. What does the music industry and the film industry love? Cookie cutter projects. That's what I'm terrified of. Here's a formula that works. Fuck it. We'll copy and paste it into our movie and people are going to love it.
That's what I'm worried about. I'm petrified that that's where they're going to go. I'm hoping they don't. And it's not because I don't want to see a strong female character. Before any of you get riled up or something, that's not what I'm saying. All I'm saying is find a different angle to do it. She can still be strong. She can still be a powerful character. I want her to be tough by now, but find a different way to do it. That's all I'm saying.
Well, do we know exact? Is it going to be 21 the year?
It's supposed to be modern day.
Okay. They've earned the right to tell the story on the merits of Evil Dead, in my opinion.
Fair enough. Well, the Fede Alvarez produced version of Texas Chainsaw Massacre comes out later this year, along with his other movie that he's got coming out, Don't Breathe 2 with Stephen Lang, which we'll be talking about later on. Stay tuned. If we get some more news, we'll let you know. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Let us know what you think about a reboot coming.
Well, that's all we got on Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I'll be right back, going out in the forest to get some more wood for more stories coming up later this week. Hey, you, let me borrow that chainsaw.
Thrill me. Thrill me. Thrill me. Thrill me.
Thrill me. You are watching Death Curse Society. I'm Tom Atkins. If you don't keep watching Death Curse Society, I will come and do things to you.
We all know there's only two franchises that matter: Halloween and Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
I was going to say, ha, 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 ha.
God, if I thought you were being serious, I would try to keep it together, but I don't know if I could.
I was going to say something very similar. I was just going to bust in with it, but
I wasn't being very serious until Zach went, oh, that's what it was.
Woo! Hey, thanks guys for watching Death Curse Society. This is Red Crank here. If you enjoyed what you saw, make sure to go up here, hit that subscription button. Make sure to hit that bell too so you get a notification whenever we drop some new videos. And speaking of different videos, bam! Right over here we got a couple for you to check out as well. Check these out. Keep watching Death Curse Society. Thanks for tuning in. Woo!